Alright, so welcome back, guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 regarding the synopsis and some news and some casting news that we got. So, if Fear the Walking Dead is something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. That way, don't miss any more Fear the Walking Dead content from me in the future. Now, let's begin. First up, it was announced that Alexa Nisenson, I think that's how you pronounce her name, correct me if I'm wrong, but she has been promoted from a reoccurring character to a main cast member in Season 5. She plays Charlie in Season 4, and so she's going to be continuing to play that role in Season 5 as a main character in the opening credits, which is pretty cool and interesting, especially for a young child actor. I find that pretty interesting. I'm interested to see where they take her character into Season 5 and what they do with Charlie. I know fans hate her due to killing Nick. I'm in the middle. I don't hate her, but she's not one of my favorite characters. I'm interested to see where they take her and build her character up this season and what they do with her. I think she's an interesting character, and I'm interested to see where they take her into this new season following everything that's happened with our group in Season 4. Next, it was announced that Karen David, who is an actress who played on things like Once Upon a Time and Legacies, is going to be joining the cast as a character known as Grace. Now, it's not confirmed that it's Grace yet. I know reports are saying it's Grace, but a lot of times they'll use other names to hide the identity of characters. Even though this is probably an original character, you never know if it's going to be Grace or not. But this is a very interesting casting. She's an Indian American actor, so I very much like how they're doing the diversity thing. I'm curious as to what kind of character she'll be. Will she be an antagonist? Will she be someone our group rescues? How are they going to run into her? It's just a very interesting time right now with Fear the Walking Dead. I will say I'm a little bit weary of with some of the things she's done in the past. I think she was on the CW's Legacies or something like that. I'm always very wary of CW casting. I know Alicia Debnam Carey came from the CW. She's been doing okay. I kind of feel like she got a pass due to some of the stuff with the 100. But I am very wary of anybody coming from the CW because I feel like their shows are very weak. And I don't mean to be mean, but I just feel like they're not up to par as so many of our big level shows that are on TV right now. But I am very interested to see what goes on with her. Again, excited with the diversity and stuff like that. And I'm just curious as to how her character is going to fit into the upcoming season and what's going to be her storyline with our group in Season 5. So we got a little synopsis for Season 5, and our synopsis reads, heading into the 5th season of Fear the Walking Dead, the group's mission is clear: locate survivors and help make what's left of the world a slightly better place. With dogged determination, Morgan Jones leads the group with a philosophy rooted in benevolence, community, and hope. Each character believes that helping others will allow them to make up for the wrongs of their pasts, but trust won't be easily earned. Their mission of helping others will be put to the ultimate test when our group finds themselves in uncharted territory, one which will force them to face not just their pasts but also their fears. It is only through facing these fears that the group will discover an entirely new way of life to live, one that will leave them forever changed. Now, this is very interesting and very exciting. Now, I feel like the writers, now I know the back half of Season 4 kind of stumbled, and I will always agree that the first half of Season 4 was good, the second half was somewhat weak. However, I feel like the writers might be going in a good part right now. I feel like one of the things that hurts our characters in Fear the Walking Dead so much right now is we don't know their backstory. We don't know what makes a lot of these characters tick. Take Strand. We just know he was some kind of businessman. We should have seen how the apocalypse changed him, how becoming this person who doesn't have the resources he once had adapts to this world. I think that's something that would be very interested, especially with exploring these characters' pasts. Luciana as well, she's a very kind of bland character. We don't know much about her. We know she had a brother. We know she lost him, and we knew she worked in a factory. Other than that, we don't know nothing about her past. I think that this season and the writers could do some good exploring the pasts of our characters as well as their fears. Like what makes Strand fearful and what is their fears? Like what is a weakness to them? What's Luciana's weakness? What's June's weakness? What's Al's weakness? I mean, I feel like especially with Al, we don't know anything of Al's past. We could explore that a lot more. Charlie, find out what happened to her. See how she ended up with the vultures. I think they have a lot of good opportunity here. And I think that the writers are taking it in the right direction. Now, I will say I was kind of disappointed that they didn't do some things where Morgan actually went to Alexandria. I feel like they could have still gone along with this kind of storyline with our group heading in the direction to Alexandria. I do kind of hope that maybe changes this season. But I don't see that there any reason why I would, but I am still very excited to see like their past and their fears, especially with the twins. They're still kind of relatively new and unknown characters. The twins could be very well explored in their backstory. How did they meet and stuff like that? I mean, I know people are saying that they're adopted or whatever. I mean, it's been said in passing, but is that true? Or are they just friends? I'm very interested to see what goes on there. I'm very interested to see what's their weakness, what's their fear, and I'm just excited. I was a little nervous going into season 5 of Fear. However, right now, I do have a newfound hope that season 5 is better and that Fear is headed into the right track. I will say though, they are going up against Game of Thrones, which is in its last season. Now, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I've been wanting to get into it. I just don't see any purpose right now since it's ending. I'll just watch it after it ends. But I feel like right now, since it's going up against Game of Thrones, this could be the make or break season for Fear the Walking Dead. If they are able to pull in viewers, then I think AMC will see where it's profitable and where it's not profitable. I feel like I said, this will make or break Fear, but I really hope they do good this season because I think from what I'm hearing with the synopsises and stuff like this, I feel like it's definitely headed in the right direction. Now, another piece of news that just recently came out is that Sarah Wayne Collies, I think that's how you pronounce her name, she played Lori in season 1 through 3 of the original show. Now, she's set to direct an episode in season 5, so that's very interesting. I'm very interested to see how her directorial debut and her thoughts and stuff for that. I'm interested to see if they have her on if they have her on Talking Dead, her thoughts and opinions on stuff. I'm just curious, especially with how the reception has been to Fear on her part, on her thoughts and stuff, and how she directs an episode. I am curious to see how she got this, because I feel like she's somewhat friends with Alicia Debnam Carey. They did work in a movie a few years back. I don't know. It just is a little suspicious to me. I don't care. I mean, she's part of this franchise, so I could easily see them bringing her on if she wants to direct. So it's not like I'm like mad or annoyed. It's just something I somewhat find a little interesting and somewhat find a little bit like, okay. I'm just curious to see how this all plays out in season 5. But another piece of directing information that we got is that Colman Domingo, who plays Strand, will also be directing another episode this season. He'll be directing the 3rd episode. He directed, I think it was the 12th episode of last season, the one of Al and June. I think he did some good stuff. I'm interested to see where he goes in another directorial debut or his another directing role for him. I'm just curious to see how his take on it again, especially since this is hopefully won't be a bottle episode and maybe will include a lot of the cast. So I'm very curious to see how he'll work when he's working with a lot more cast if this is not a bottle episode, which I kind of hope it's not. But I'm just curious to see how he does as a director, directing a larger cast role instead of just, 2 characters in one episode. But I'm just curious. am excited for both these actors to get their hands dirty and get into this role of directing. I'm curious, though, if Strand may die, especially since Colman Domingo is taking a lot more directing roles and stuff like that. Look, I don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of fans probably will be mad if he dies, especially since a lot of fans are saying that the new showrunners are getting rid of the old cast. Look, I've if the story fits and he has a good death, like good life, good death, it's fine, but you know, I mean, I'm not gonna be sad. Nick had a good wife, good death. Madison, good wife, good death. I mean, I don't get as mad as some other people do, and I'm just interested to see where they take Strand in season 5, depending on what goes on with Colman Domingo and what goes on with his kind of behind the scenes stuff with him wanting to direct more and things like that. So yeah, guys, those are my quick thoughts and opinions on some news regarding season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. As always, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. That way to miss any more Fear the Walking Dead content from me in the future. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.